So I love where you're going with your script because it sounds like you have an ideal set of clients, investors, and you have a specific problem that you can solve for them that is relevant to the market we're in today. This is a quantifier, right? Because all the rest of this is like general ideas. And when we add a quantifier to our script, people take us more serious. That's the whole purpose of this exercise. Because when you're using someone else's script, 10 other people said the same poop. Right? And how many times have someone said to you, oh, you're the 10th person to say that? And they like tell you your script. So who is your favorite client that you've ever worked with? If you like think back out of all the transactions you've ever done, if you could have 10 of them, who was that person? And under number 1, you're going to write that down. That's your target customer. So we're going to number 2, which is what is the most common problem you solve? So for Nick, he solved the issue of having not great credit, of not being able to obtain a loan from other lenders and going above and beyond for them. For Kevin, you solved the problem for the builder of the buyer not knowing that they existed and introducing them to the project. So for all of you, what problem do you solve? Sarah, the problem I see you solving for people is helping them, because we work together, is you help them to understand the value of the home that they're in. You seem to be very good at that. Who else? Who has a number 2 that they want to share? What problem do you solve? Jonathan, what problem do you solve for people? You solve a lot of problems for a lot of people.
That's right. Helping people make money. That's the problem I solve.
So you help developers to be more profitable in a changing landscape.
Yes. What moves to make and why it makes sense to make those moves.
Perfect. Anyone else want to share a problem that they solve? Go ahead, Elena.
So I used to work with investors, and because I was in a real estate investing community, I understood the ins and outs. So investors used to come to me to calculate out the profits for the houses, and so that was.
So you solve the problem of not understanding the investment or not making money on the investment?
So understanding if the property is going to be a good fix and flip or.
Any of you helping fix and flippers that made a bad investment right now? Yeah, I just helped somebody, well, Kevin's helping him, way underwater on it. So could your skill set right now be very valuable to people? How do they know about you if you don't tell them? So I love where you're going with your script because it sounds like you have an ideal set of clients, investors, and you have a specific problem that you can solve for them that is relevant to the market we're in today. The only problem is you haven't called them, so they don't know you exist. That's why we're working on this. All right, perfect. Okay, here's the easiest question. So most of us are realtors, but Nick, you're a lender, we have developer. What is the fastest you ever solved that problem for a client? And I want days or months. This is a quantifier, right? Because all the rest of this is like general ideas. And when we add a quantifier to our script, people take us more serious. And most of the scripts that we're using from real estate trainers that are not in our voice, they're not specific. They're kind of open-ended to where buyers are not really seeing themselves in the shoes of, like, who are you trying to help? All right, so what is the fastest you've ever solved that problem?
Mine take a while. I would say a few months now. Yeah.
90 days or less?
If we're talking commercial, no. 4 or 5 months.
Okay. What's the fastest you've ever done it to help a client?
I mean, of course, I've helped clients in 2 weeks.
Okay.
Yeah.
So in some of the instances of your ideal client, you can say that because it has happened. So the one thing about number 3 is that it has to be true, right? So Michelle, if you took on a expired listing and they failed to sell and you got it done in a week, you can say in 7 days or less if you've done that. So remember, our ideal client is not difficult. It was the motivated buyer that you liked, that knew what they wanted.
Yeah.
Okay, so when we're talking about 24 hours or less, maybe, and anyone can answer this, who in today's climate would want to find a house in 24 hours or less?
Someone who's relocating.
Boom. Someone who's relocating. What else happens anyone with kids, first and second week of August? Boom. So do you think to those people, finding a house in 24 hours or less is a huge value? That's your ideal buyer. That's your avatar. But he's absolutely right. We can do it quickly on the phone. But in terms of making our claim in our signature script, we want to stick to like results we've actually done for our ideal clients. So for you, your ideal client is a buyer that is maybe challenged. Other realtors don't work with them because they're not great on paper. Yeah.
Let's be honest, all of them have some.
But that's, you know what though, that's a huge value proposition that you bring, because if they've ever, say you're talking to a buyer at an open house and they've been dumped by another realtor, they're going to look at you like a beacon of shining light that you can actually help them. And then you want to share with them, hey, I helped someone in 34 days or however long it took to close that sale. Is that something you'd be interested in? So just quantify it with how long it took to get the home, you know, help get them in that home. We're going to put together your script. This is your signature script. By the way, when we're calling people, what is the natural reaction of people? What do you want? Yeah. So what is the point of this signature script? It's to cut through the noise. That's the whole purpose of this exercise, because when you're using someone else's script, 10 other people said the same poop, right? And how many times have someone said to you, oh, you're the 10th person to say that, and they like tell you your script? Oh. Yeah. So is that ever going to happen to you again with your signature script?
Absolutely not.
No, this is yours. This is your voice, what you believe in, what you're passionate about. Aren't we so much stronger and more confident when we actually believe in what we're doing?
Yes.
So when you guys think about that ideal client that you helped, you're proud of yourself. And that communicates through the phone. They feel it. So what we're doing right now is we're cutting through the noise and we're opening the door to have a sales conversation. So we're going to put together your signature script. You're going to take number 1, your ideal customer. You're going to say number 2, what is the most common problem you solved? And what is you're going to say it in the time that you solved it, and then give them the end result. I'm going to give you an example. My name is Jessica Nelson. Or I like to start with the purpose of this call, because how many times do people say to you, why are you calling me? So the purpose of my call is, my name is Jessica Nelson, and I help home sellers who were previously failed by their last agent to get their home sold in 30 days or less, often for a price that was either the same or higher than the previous list price. Is that something that would help you in your current situation? All right, who has their signature script ready? Who's going to close the deal right now?
Hi, Jessica. My name is Liz, and the reason for this call is I help sellers who weren't able to sell the first time sell for fair market value in under 30 days. Is that something that would be helpful to you in your current situation?
Boom. I don't have any.